Hey guys, welcome back. I've been a little short on time to record, edit, all that good stuff. Lately, I've been helping family out still, and almost to 200 subscribers. So that's where we're at. But we're gonna go ahead and jump into this. Get something done while we can. I want to play this game. I do. I just don't have time. It's a problem because I've been helping family, and let me tell you, remodeling a bathroom is a lot of work. A lot of work. But we're on chapter 2, Interpretator Rendezvous. You guys notice I'm using the mouse right now. It's basically a casual story. I don't really need the controller. Dara tries every trick in the book to crack that mystery database. But after about an hour, the pistons he has for fingers begin speeding up. Eventually, he just slams the keyboard out of frustration. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Call this a program, dumbass? Go to hell. Oh great, he snapped. I think you should stop. ... Mary puts down her sewing tools and turns to Daru with a worried look on her face. My head is spinning. I can't take it anymore. Flah. This is bad. Daru's breaking down. Maybe I'm pushing him too far. He's been up 2 days straight. He's probably at his limit. Good work. Go rest, Daru. Yeah, I'll do that. Anyway, even if it isn't a bug, but an actual program, only the guys who made it could understand it. I've never seen anything like it. A program unlike anything he's seen. Just noticed a problem with I don't know the controls on the keyboard because I've been using the controller, so I don't know which button to push to bring up the phone. John Teeter. If everything you wrote is true, we have a lot to talk about, particularly concerning the IBN 5100's hidden functionality, which I have not mentioned to anybody yet. I am indeed surprised that you know about it. However, I have not gone to the year 2000, though it is possible I may go there later. There are 3 possible explanations. First, the John Teeter who appeared 2000 is my future self. In other words, I go to 2000 later and write about the things you've told me about. Because that would cause the chicken and egg paradox, wouldn't it? But that would cause the chicken and that would cause a chicken and egg paradox, wouldn't it? Second, you're delusional or making things up. For the sake of serious discussion, let's set aside this possibility. Third, you may have seen something I wrote on a different world line. That would mean 10 years ago, you existed on a different world line than the one we're on now. However, that raises another issue. Whether the world line changes or when the world line changes, the entire timeline is reconstructed from past to future in order to prevent a paradox from occurring. That was proven in 2036. In other words, it would be impossible for you to retain memories of a previous world line unless you are a time traveler. That is, did you have any idea what the cause could be? ... I gulp. A flash runs through my head like an electric shock. I didn't do that. There's quite a bit of text, but what catches my eyes are the first several lines. Of course, everything's falling into place. What you talking about? Mary looks up at me curiously. But I don't have time to answer her. I'm frantically assembling pieces in my mind. John Teeter, CERN, the time machine. These things are all connected. And now I have another piece to the puzzle. I shiver at my own brilliance. Daru, I think I know how we can read that program. Seriously? How? I aim my phone's camera at the screen displaying the supposedly bugged data and take a picture. I attach it to a message. Does this code look familiar? And send it to Teeter. A mysterious database inside CERN, a program unlike anything super hacka Daru has ever seen. Its true form is, if my hunch is correct, John Teeter should know. What? There's no way. Say what you'd like. We'll know soon enough. Wait. Where are we? Wait for Teeter's reply. Though it's only been a few minutes, it feels like an eternity to me. John Teeter. That's written in proprietary IBN programming language used prior to 1975. You can only decipher it with an IBN 5100. It's here. I quickly open the mail, and its contents are enough to raise goosebumps on my entire body. Just as I suspected. I was right, Daru. I know where that data comes from. An IBN 5100. That retro PC has a certain special function. In fact, for more than 25 years after it went to market in 1975, nobody knew of it save a few IBN engineers. That function was first brought to light by John Teeter, who appeared in 2000. A while after Teeter posted about it, an actual IBN engineer admitted to the hidden function's existence. Which reminds me, I talked to Suzuha about this only yesterday. It can also decipher IBN's proprietary programming language, which was written before APL and BASIC became widespread. Isn't it surprising? Now, it's a dead programming language, only decipherable with an IBN 5100. What an incredible coincidence. A prime example of synchronicity at work. It's almost like an almighty will is pulling the strings. No, I say, this discovery of ours was inevitable from the start, for it is the choice of Steins' gate. Wait, so CERN has an IBN 5100 database. Those machines aren't compatible with any modern software. Why would they do something like that? Answer me this, Daru. What is the best way to secure a machine against external cracking? Well, make it standalone, of course. Dara quickly catches on to the intent of my question. If only IBN 5100s can read it, then I guess that's kind of standalone. Which means that CERN's keeping their most important secrets hidden there. How do you know about that hidden function anyway? It is recorded in my brain's extensive index librothum prohibitrum. I don't know if I pronounced any of that right. Teeter said it himself 10 years ago, but Dara wouldn't believe me even if I told him the truth. Very original. I ignored Dara's retort. Mary, we have important matters to discuss. Assemble. I can hear you fine from here. Mary's sewing. She doesn't get off the sofa. It doesn't matter whether you can hear or not. This meeting concerns the fate of the future gadget laboratory, nay, the fate of mankind. So I want it to feel more secretive, like we're scheming or something. It's important that we stare closely at the monitor and exchange dramatic lines. The atmosphere right now is too light. It's all Mary's fault. Maybe she won't participate in your evil schemes. Well, I can't have everything my way. Listen, you two, henceforth the future gadget laboratory shall begin emergency top secret operations. This shall be the first stage in our war against the dark powers that manipulate the world from the shadows. Our enemy is CERN, a scientific institute engaged in the most evil research imaginable. Ogrin, you're too loud, and I've been up all night. Daru, get your facts straight. I know you're sleepy. You haven't had any sleep for a while, but get your facts straight. You haven't been up all night. You've been up for 2 days straight. It's a difference. But I'm gonna let the slip go because you've been up for 2 days straight, and your mind's not all there. You've been working your ass off. Crap. I guess I am being too loud. That kind of ruins the whole secret feeling. And the window's open too. Suzuha is down below. I'm sure she can hear everything. So I turn it down a notch. Understand? The world has no need for two mad scientists. Before they can get ahead of us, we must outwit them. Who are they? You know, them. Mayushi doesn't get it at all. ... Basically, we must attain the Phantom Retro PC. The IBN 5100 said to be located somewhere in Aqua. I make a magnificent declaration, but Daru just rubs his eyes, and Mayuri continues to do her needlework. Damn it, is there anything you guys react to? We've uncovered a massive conspiracy here. How come you aren't excited? I'll pass on the search. I'm seriously tired. Besides, I want to keep combing CERN's server. That's true. Well, you're the only one who can do that, Daru. So I'll leave it to you. So the IBN 5100 investigation squad shall consist of Mary and me. I can't. Mary makes an apologetic face. I have to make costumes, and I have work too. So basically, you two are telling me this. I'm the only one with free time. Fine, I'll manage alone somehow. It's useless to try and stop me. Understood? Are you going to do something bad again? Nah, he's all talk. I leave my useless comrades behind and strike gallantly out of the lab. I step out onto the street. Immediately, the bicycle skids to a stop in front of me. Hey, Okabe Rinto. Suzuha gets off her bicycle and gives me a strange greeting. I want to ask her Are you American or something? But I'm distracted by her shiny bicycle. It's the same bicycle that was in front of the Braun and Tube workshop yesterday. I guess it belongs to her. Wonder how much that set her back. I mean, it does look pretty expensive. Pretty nice technique there. Bicycles are fun, aren't they? I'd never ridden one before coming here. You've never ridden a bicycle? Nope. I had ridden motorcycles before, though. Isn't that backwards? Weird girl. And what's with that flashy braking back there? I think it might be pretty dangerous if she did that all through town. Beginners get cocky and get into accidents. You see that pattern all the time. If you're going to go full speed, at least wear a helmet. Going to work now? Yep. The Braun Tube workshop shutters are open, but the shop itself never opens until around 11 or 12. I don't know exactly when. It seems to change with Mr. Braun's mood. That's perfect. There's something we need to talk about. But I need to get to the shop. Get the shop ready for business. Just what does this crumbly old Braun Tube workshop need to get ready? Nothing really, geez. I just mindlessly sweep in front of the shop. If I clean inside, the boss gets angry. Everything's where it needs to be, he says. So he's paying her to not clean? Something's wrong with that guy. So hear me out then. But I'm so tired. In other words, she doesn't feel like it. I glare at her. Ferris. But the fallen angel, Fes, F-E-S, prophesized his resurrection in her song. Esoteric choker, man. The song is the cat's meow. I found a copy of the album she put out back in her indie days. I had to pay through the whiskers for it, and faithfully decoded each song of prophecy regarding the Day of Judgment. So we're just not emailing her back. That's nice. I don't think we can listen to that, though. I don't think we can listen to that, so. It sounded pretty good from that, 2 seconds. But, yeah, pretty hardcore. But, yeah, so we're not messaging her back, apparently. I still can't access the internet. Which means it's just locked. And apparently I can send myself an email. But I glare at her. You would be unwise to anger me. Does it have to be right now? My glare is not very effective. She doesn't falter at all. But I still maintain my stern expression and nod. Then go ahead. Suzahara shrugs her shoulders as she locks her bike and then turns to me. We keep it short, okay? Where is the IBN 5100? No intel yet. What? I don't know. Oh. Well, by the way you talked yesterday, it sure sounded like you knew. Nope. I know someone who knows. Then take me to them. I won't take no for an answer. Refuse and I'll show you a living hell. I can't. Come on. I even said I'd show you a living hell. I can't introduce you even if I wanted to. What do you mean? Don't tell me they're imaginary. They've been dead for years. I'm sorry? Nah, it's okay. Anyway, there's nothing I can tell you, honestly. I'm hoping you can tell me something. Suzahara pats me on the shoulders. Funny, you'd think I'm the one who's supposed to cheer her up. Just then, Mr. Braun opens the door and makes his appearance. Hey, part-timer. It's only your third day and you're late. Sorry, boss. The streets were a little crowded this morning. If you're not gonna take this seriously, I can always give you the boot here. As for you, Okabe, don't you lay a finger on my part-timer. Aren't you the lecturous one here, Mr. Braun? Why you just try saying something like that in front of Nay? I'll murder ya. Gotta keep my honor as a father. Besides, I ain't got use for a skinny kid like her. What was that? Take that back, boss. Suzuharu's actually mad now. What, you mad? I'm not a kid. I'm a warrior. Ha. What are you talking about? Suzuharu's burning passion has the manager shocked. I, on the other hand, am impressed. On impulse, I take Suzuharu's hand and grasp it firmly. I like the look in your eyes, you part-time warrior. They shine with the radiance of the beast unseen in modern men. Never forget those eyes of yours, and you shall surely change class from part-time warrior to true warrior. But I'm already a warrior. Stay diligent in your training, and you shall have a place at my side, on the field of Ragnarok. Ragnarok. Suzuharu looks confused. What's that? The final battle against CERN. You've got something like that planned? Count me in if you do, but I've never heard of it. Of course you haven't. This is the first time I've revealed it. For I shall be the one to initiate Ragnarok, and the world shall be reborn. Wow, you sure are brave, Okabe Rintaro. You'll probably fail, but I like your spirit. I wish my comrades were as spirited as you are. Apparently, Suzuha has comrades. I'd like her to introduce me. That way I can form my personal army, the Phoenix Crusaders. Wait a sec. Why does she assume I'll fail at Ragnarok? Looks like I need to instill the fear of Hoenn Kyowa into this girl. Why does my store attract nothing but weirdos? Damn. Whatever, part-timer, just come inside. Coming. Later, Okabe Rintaro. Suzuharu waves and winks at me as she heads inside the store. What up, O'Green? Then Mayor, he comes down the stairs, passing Suzuharu. So, you're going to help me search after all? That's the lab mem spirit. Oh, no, that's not it. I was thinking about buying lunch. She really is a glutton. It's not even lunchtime yet. So where do you plan to go? What to eat? Mary places her fingers on her bottom lip and thought as she walks. My sister was very nice, and I'm not going to show you the pack, like that's all you're going to get to see, but she's very nice, and for helping out with her remodeling, she bought me a carton of smokes. Unfortunately, the cashier screwed up. No fault to my sister. Shit happens. Don't blame the cashier either. Shit happens. I got soft packs. But they're a higher grade cigarette than I normally smoke, so they taste better. They smoke the same. I don't recommend smoking. It is a bad habit. I'm not being hypocritical because I'm not telling you not to smoke. I'm just telling you I don't recommend it. If you decide when you are old enough to make a choice, that is on you. I'm just telling you, I don't recommend it. It is a large money suck. Large money suck. And it's very hard to quit once you start a habit. So, that being said, I'm going to get back to the game. Mary places her fingers on her bottom lip, as if in thought, or in thought as she walks. Sanbo's beef bowl sounds good. This tiny high school girl truly has guts to enter Sanbo alone. That place isn't like the chain restaurants with their colorful menus and brightly lit interiors. First-timers are often cowed by the old-school atmosphere. Plus, the clientele is almost exclusively male. But Mary doesn't care. She just sits there, shoulder to shoulder, with students and salarymen smiling as she eats her beef bowl. Meanwhile, the Sandbist, the regular Sandbo customers, are posting comments online like, "The goddess has arrived," or "The goddess for the win." But Sandbo isn't open this early. I try to warn her, but Mary is no longer there. She's gone. Mary disappears like this every so often. And each time she does, I wonder for a terrible second if she really has vanished from the world. I look around to see Mary standing at a distance. She's gazing up at the sky through the buildings. Here we go again. She stopped in the middle of the street so other pedestrians look at her, wondering what she's doing. But she doesn't notice their stares. She slowly reaches out to the sky, as if entranced, and then she freezes in that position. This is one of Mary's habits. I call it Stardust Handshake. Mary says that she's like looking at the night sky ever since she was little. Her reason is romantic, or perhaps childish. I feel like I can reach the stars. When I asked her about it one day, she just smiled and gave that answer. At first, she only reached out to the night sky, but lately, she's been doing it without regard to the time of day. Like now. Even when she's walking and talking with someone, something inside her just seems to switch on. Honestly, it's a little crazy. It's too early for stars, Mary. I walk up to Mary and call out to her. She slowly lowers her hand with a blank smile on her face. Did you know, even during the day, the stars are still up there? Getting philosophical is nice and all, but it's dangerous to stop in the middle of the street. That's true. Oh, just now, when I was looking at the stars, I decided to have ramen for lunch today. How are ramen and stars even related? Mary's mind works in mysterious ways. You see, guys, the best character in this series is not Hoin Kiyoma. It's like Batman and Alfred. Alfred is best character. He is. Alfred is best character. Well, Mayuri is best character. Yeah, she's ditzy. She's not, there all the time. She's physically there, but she's thinking about something else. Well, the thing with that is just she's still best character because she's always there for everybody. Even if you don't realize she's even there for them, she's there. And just those little moments like that when she's just like, the stars are here during the day, as well. You just can't see them. It's just like a little moment to take a break from everything. Just think about the stars for a moment. And then go back to what you were doing. It's just a nice offset to the seriousness of Hoenn Kiyoma, which would get old really quick if you didn't have Mayuri breaking up the tension and let's stand around the computer and make, comments and just be mysterious and just dramatic as hell. No, I can hear you just fine from here. I'm going to continue to make this costume. Just keep on sewing and sewing and sewing and just, no. You're not doing anything bad over there, are you? Nah. I know I said I'd search for the IBN 5100, but I have no idea where to start. I spent about an hour in an internet cafe searching for information, but turned up nothing. I buy some mango juice with tapioca from the juice stand inside Yoda's juice shop. I'm sorry I can't pronounce it. I know I'm not pronouncing it correctly. Yodobashi doesn't sound right, even though it looks right. Yudubashi? I don't know. I lose myself in thought as I drink it. It's Saturday, so it's starting to get crowded in front of the station. Some maids are distributing leaflets to the people coming out. I know Daru is well acquainted with retro PCs, but is there anyone else? Oh yeah, Shining Finger was obsessed with the IBN 5100, wasn't she? I'm really reluctant to contact that male demon though. But ultimately, my feelings are trivial. Ragnarok hangs in the balance. But I decide not to bother. I finish my drink and wander towards Todaru. Probably not pronouncing that either. It's not pronouncing it correctly, at least. And then comes an email, almost a wrong cue. Shining Finger. Will you get back to me already? Can I email her? It's like she can read my mind. I instinctively scan the area, searching for the gloomy woman in the crowd. No sign of her tailing me. Oh well, I guess I'll send her a reply. I don't know Shining Finger's phone number, so I'll just send her an email for the time being. In the email, I ask her to call and include my phone number. She doesn't like talking. Now, I just have to wait for her response. Ah, there it is. Shining Finger. Doing this one-handed, sorry guys. Backlog. There it is. There it is. That's a quick reply. Shining Finger, what'd you expect? If she was asleep, you'd get a message saying I'm asleep. But I asked her to call, so why did she reply by email? You finally contact me. I don't like talking on the phone, so let's exchange emails instead, please. Now, before anybody says, you spoiled that, no, I didn't. They could have exchanged phone numbers to begin with. And her attitude towards talking and all of her gigantic emails saying, she's better at talking, through email. Wait, she wants it by email? There's a lot to cover. I'd rather not have to type it all out. I need to find out her phone number. Give me your phone number along with any information you have on the IBN 5100. And send. I look up after finishing my email and see a huge crowd of people in front of Radkin. I guess satellite is still a big deal. The media presence hasn't died down since the day of the crash either. Radcan is still closed. I was kind of expecting the satellite to be missing and nobody to have heard of it. And of course, the satellite is still there. Not 30 seconds pass before I get a reply. Right as I'm about to look down and read the email, I catch sight of a familiar face in the crowd. Ah! Well, if it isn't my assistant, what are you doing here? Hey, when did I become your assistant? She looks like she'll snap at me. So, to dampen her spirit, I go back to checking my email. I don't have anything. How about you? What's wrong with this woman? I told her to give me her phone number and she just ignored me. And she doesn't even have any information. How useless can you be? Why are you glaring at me? Don't worry about it. You're not the cause of my frustration. Oh, so you're just raging. Don't glare at me. You've glared at me before, haven't you? That's because you keep doing pervy. No, I'm not saying. Another one. Tell me the super hacker's address. I want to snap my phone in half and throw it on the ground. What do you mean, tell me the super hacker's address? You making fun of me with that? You're not getting anything from me. Anyway, why does she need to send me 2 short consecutive emails? I mean, she might as well just combine them into one. Are the emails you're getting really that unpleasant? They're more unreasonable than unpleasant. I can't quite understand it in one word. Stop sending me all these short emails. I'm begging you, just gather your thoughts and send everything together. Sending. I feel a little satisfied after sending that email. I turn to Kirisu again. So, Christina, what brings you here? If you're going to call me names, could you at least be consistent? Anyway, my business here doesn't concern you. Why are you pouting? I'm not pouting. I just don't want to get involved in your silly games again. Nonsense. You're already a lab member. You have a duty to work for the benefit of the lab. Well, she is only a temporary member. No, it's because she's a temporary member that we need to get as much out of her as we can. I regret losing myself to curiosity back then. Kirisu sighs and looks up at the satellite. We're not alone. Several other people are standing here looking up. It's Akaba's latest tourist attraction. Did you come to see the satellite? I guess. It doesn't make sense. Normally, they calculate satellite orbits so they'll burn up in the atmosphere when they fall. So how can that thing be in such perfect condition? And that's to say nothing about the huge hole it punched in the building. Are satellites that durable? Where's this satellite from anyway? They still don't know. Rumors say it's from the former Soviet Union, but Russia denies it. So it looks like they can't remove it yet. 3 days have passed, and it's still unknown. How interesting. I smell a conspiracy. Okay. I think I know where the satellite came from. They hopped world lines. You know, they were here. They hopped world lines. The satellite hopped with them because that was the satellite that pinged the cell phone reception, and it was in just the right place compared to where the world was at in different world lines, that it literally just popped into existence in this world line and smashed into the building because it was just like 5-10 feet above it. Crash. You telling me, in a time travel world, that hopping world lines, planets have to all be in sync? I don't think so. It was just lagging behind a little bit to the point where that satellite's orbit was right here, and here's the building right here on the two different world lines. So when they jumped, the satellite was just there all of a sudden. It just went. Now, good luck proving it. It's just an interesting thought process of, many worlds theory, but who's to say they have to be in the same spot in the solar system? This one's lagging behind. There's not in the exact same orbit, because when history rewrote itself, the friggin' meteor that supposedly killed the dinosaurs, I hit a button, but when history rewrote itself, the meteor that supposedly killed the dinosaurs just jumped, just slowed the planet down just a hair, pushed it back in its orbit, because it goes from the past to the future. Well, if that text message that traveled through time that switched the world lines and pulled Okabe from his world line to the new world line, who's to say that didn't cause Okabe's, world line to shift just enough to this world line to where that meteor actually did that and pushed the planet backwards in its orbit. So it was just lagging by like a day maybe. And, the satellite just happened to hit right there when it jumped with Okabe to the new world line. Okay. I smell a conspiracy. So, another organization cover-up, they knew I'd be at Radcan and tried to erase me. Organization, what's that? The organization is the organization. Its formal name is something else. But all those who know of its existence call it the organization out of fear. They rule the world from the shadows, transcending nations with politics, economics, religion, even science in their clutches. That's obviously a crackpot conspiracy theory. Thank you very much. Kirsu hangs her head, blushes for some reason. What's wrong? Nothing. Really, nothing. Okay, say another word and I hit you. Crazy girl. Anyway, what's happened with the phone wave? I thought you didn't want to get involved. And it's not the phone wave. It's phone wave name subject to change. Just answer me. Have you learned anything? No progress. We've tried repeating the experiment, but at present, we haven't been able to reproduce the discharge phenomenon or send another email to the past. I see. Another email. Damn you, Shining Finger. Said not to send so many short emails, but she doesn't seem to get it. Can't handle this mail demon. Save checking the email for later. I want to check it now. You're pompous, but at least you have some manners. What do you mean? I hate people who play with their phones in the middle of a conversation. Ah, so that's why you grabbed my phone when we first met. When we first met? I didn't do that. Yeah, you did. There was I was giving my report when you grabbed my phone out of my hand. I shut my mouth before I finished the events at Radkin. My story of what happened back then doesn't mesh with Dara's story, doesn't mesh with Mary's, and now it won't mesh with Kirisu's. So in the end, was that a dream? A hallucination? What do you mean, giving your report? No, it's nothing. So, about the phone wave named subject to change. After the experiment, you screamed something like, a time machine, it can't be, did something awaken past trauma? I still can't check that message. It's bugging me. No, and don't go making a one up either. Back when she was 5 years old, Christina was on the plains of Arkansas when lightning. I wasn't hit by lightning, and I was still living in Japan when I was 5. And why Arkansas? I was trying to imagine tranquil scenery, and the first state to come to mind was Arkansas. Second was Oregon. I actually just watched Jacksepticeye play a game called Life is Strange in Oregon. I think it was Oregon. And it was pretty freaking good. It was also about time travel. So I don't know if this is just a throwback to that or what, but yeah. It was a pretty good time travel story. I haven't watched all of Life is Strange, but when you're bored and you have nothing to do and you can't do anything, you sit there and you watch YouTube videos or read comics to pass the time. Yeah. But not Utah. I mean, relatively speaking, isn't Utah more suitable? Then answer me, Christina. Why did you freak out back then? No reason. I simply didn't want to believe. French science should stay in the realm of fiction. French science, don't be ridiculous. You saw it with your own eyes. You saw the email leap to the past. You saw the banana travel instantly through space. I saw, but we must be missing something. Or maybe we're just seeing what we want to see. Remember what I said at ATF? Time machines are just pipe dream, given modern technology. And yet, a bunch of amateurs like you just stick a phone and a microwave together and expect time travel to occur? Ridiculous. But it did occur. Will you deny what you saw with your own eyes? Are you saying that theories trump reality? Then I hope you enjoy sophisticacy and word games, because that's all you'll ever have. What do you mean, word games? Quantum theory, for example. If you ask me, theories like that are nothing but word games. Wait, are you rejecting modern physics? Who do you think you are? Trust what you see. The only things that matter are things that happen. Things that don't happen, things that aren't observed, are just hypotheses. When hypotheses pile up and theories are verified, they become reality. That's how modern physics comes to understand the truth of the universe. But sometimes your hypotheses are mistaken. Even Einstein was wrong about some things. So you're going to do nothing just because you could be wrong? Then enjoy your dirty little lab and your silly gadgets, because that's all you'll ever have. You'll never reach the truth that way. Failure teaches success. I see. Nice rebuttal. You're never getting off your high horse, are you? By the way, Christina, I have always felt that physicists are hypocrites. What? There are phenomena that everyone knows occur in reality, but which physicists refuse to research. What do you think about that? I don't know what to say unless you give me some more examples. Ghosts, for instance. The occult, really? You refuse to research it because you said it's the occult. It contradicts what you just said. You'll never reach the truth that way. People have seen ghosts. There is even photographic evidence. So where are the theories? Why do physicists refuse to speak? It's a different field of study. You can't call physics the study of natural phenomenon, then decide some things don't count. True, and that's why we must investigate the word, phenomena, I can't pronounce it. Phenomena, I give up, of sending emails to the past. You shall assist me. No, Kurisu gives me a clear-cut answer, along with her usual glare. So the genius girl really does hate me. I won't have a hand in your fringe science. I won't make the same mistake my father did. Your father? You make a fine argument, but it won't work in the scientific community. The day you decide to research time travel is the day you're out of a job. How can you be so certain? Because that's what happened to my father. Kurisu grimaces. My father, a physicist, loved time machines. He was so fascinated by Wells, the time machine, that he seriously studied time travel. But because of his obsession, he was practically exiled from the scientific community. I will never get involved with time travel research. This time, her sheer force of will gives me pause. I think she's really pissed. I may have stepped on a landmine here. What do I do? If I get her in her anger, she might seriously hit me. Let's calm her down a little. Yeah, let's do that. Well, what should I say? I'm sorry, I got emotional. She apologizes first. Christina's calm character saves me. Don't worry about it. I wanted to test your character, so I made you angry on purpose. Anyway, the phone wave isn't a time machine. Email is a man-made system, so this phenomenon it's what it sounds like to me when I say phenomenon. Should be explained in the scope of that system. I understand. I had no idea you hated time machines that much. It's almost like an allergy. It is nothing like an allergy. There's different stages of allergy. Allergy. You've got the acts like a common cold allergy. Pollen, dust, whatever in the air makes you sneeze, makes you cough, makes you have a runny nose, a stuffy nose, sinus headaches. And then you've got skin rashes. Touch poison ivy, that's an allergic reaction. That's an allergic reaction that 90%, fudging these numbers by the way, 90%-ish of the human race is allergic to poison ivy. And they react by being itchy, having a rash, swelling, blisters. Common reactions. Or, one of my old foremans, if he got into poison ivy doing tree work, he didn't go home. He didn't. He went to his parents' house, took a shower there, put on a set of clothes that he kept over there, and did laundry real quick so that he could have that set of clothes that he just wore to work ready next time he got poison ivy. Because his wife was so allergic that if he brought it into the house, he had to take her to the emergency room. It could happen with anything. There's people who are allergic to water. Allergic reactions are no joke. Allergies, common term for the, act like you got a cold. It sucks. Not that big a deal, but it's still on the same playing field. But her hating time machines is not gonna kill her. Is not gonna make her sick. It's not gonna anything except for anger her. You're talking about an emotion that she can control, obviously, because she just apologized after she got herself under control. Anger's not a bad thing. It's not. It's a human thing. You gotta do it. I'm not saying that. But you have to manage it. She is obviously managing it. Now, before I step in anything and get in trouble, I'm going to continue with the game because it's not like an allergy, though. I apologize for forcing you to become a lab man. You don't have to come again. I wasn't planning on it, but know this, Christina. Don't call me Christina. Lab member 004 will be a retired number. That number is yours forever. I finished my speech and turned my back to Kirisu. I won't look back. I walk away slowly with my eyes closed. It's kind of hard to walk like this. Hope I don't bump into anyone. Wait, am I even walking straight? You look ridiculous. My shoulders suddenly pulled from behind. Brace myself so I don't fall backwards. What are you doing? You've ruined my perfectly staged exit scene, and you call yourself my assistant. I don't call myself your assistant, and besides, I still have something to ask you. Damn it, her stubbornness has already returned. I asked you about this before, but you said I got stabbed, right? I demand an explanation. Ah yes, the other real-life phenomenon that is yet to be explained. That was just something I hallucinated. Let's just leave it at that for now. Why would you dream about me? I don't know. It wasn't a dream. It was a hallucination. You said something about Dr. Naibashi, didn't you? Dr. Naibashi held a time machine presentation at Radcan that day. That presentation was canceled because the satellite crashed. So it seems, but in my hallucination, the presentation proceeded as planned. Megar and I went to see it, and you came over to flirt with me. I don't flirt, especially not with idiots like you. Like I said, it wasn't real, okay? No, maybe this world is what isn't real. That would explain the riddle of the phone wave name subject to change. If this world is some kind of simulation, then we can disregard the laws of physics. Escapism? That's unexpectedly chicken of you. It's a hypothesis. Your favorite thing. So who stabbed me? Don't tell me it was you. I recall this sight of Kirisu collapsed in a puddle of blood, sent shivers down my spine. Was that really just a hallucination? It was real too. Or it was too real. I can clearly remember the smell of blood. You were already dead when I got there. I didn't see who did it. I don't get it. Why do I have to die in your mind? You have something against me? Of course not. At that point in time, we'd only spoken once. We were just strangers. Well, that one time we talked was during the events I imagined, so strictly speaking, at that point in time, all I knew about her was what I'd read in the magazine. Anyway, we didn't know each other. That's why I ran away instead of calling for an ambulance. My hero. What? You want me to go back in time, give you CPR or something? I needed to use the phone wave, name subject to change for that. Or I'd need to use... I've heard enough. No more hallucinations about me, okay? Dying isn't fun, even if it's in someone else's head. I can't make any guarantees. That would require perfect 24-hour surveillance inside my head. You have to come back. You have a comeback for everything, don't you? Kirisu shakes her head in exasperation, then turns and walks off towards the station. Looks like she wants to end the conversation. In revenge for last time, I grab Kirisu's slender shoulder from behind. God, what now? I'm not done talking. You trying to pick a fight? It's revenge for ruining my farewell scene, Christina. You shall regret your thoughtless actions. Okay, fine. What is it? About the IBN 5100. I don't know what you're talking about. If you don't know, then forget about it. Farewell. We will not meet again. Turn me back to Kirisu. This time, I make it perfect. Hey, don't tell me to forget about it. She grabs my arm. Damn it, this is the second time. I'm gonna have to let her win. What is the IBN 5 whatever? Then IBN 5100. It's a retro PC from 1975. I'm looking for one. Yeah, what are you going to do with it? Looks like she's interested. She was the same way when she came to the lab. I guess this girl is just brimming with curiosity. I can check the phone. Finally. Was I being annoying? I'm sorry, but I really need information on the IBN 5100, and you're the only lead I have right now. I'm relying on you, Okabe-kun. I swear I won't send any more short mails, so please don't abandon me. I need your help looking for an IBN 5100. I promise to let you know as soon as I learn anything, so let's work together, okay? Cool. That was a waste of time. Waste of time email. She was the same way when she came to the lab. I guess this girl is just brimming with curiosity. Interested? Kirisu quickly averts her eyes. But she doesn't let go of my arm. You're interested, aren't you? Just a little. Then I shall answer. The IBN 5100 is the key to unlocking CERN's most closely guarded secrets. CERN, you mean the CERN? Indeed. Through the tireless efforts of my faithful lab members, we have uncovered evidence that CERN is researching time travel. Come, be astonished. Great, I shouldn't have asked. Kirisu gives me a cold glare. Then let's go, and starts walking away. This time, she's gone for good. Damn you. She watch. I will expose certain secrets if it's the last thing I do. The next day, I decide to hit Akabar's computer parts stores. I did as much as I could yesterday after parting with Kirisu, but no luck. Finding an IBN 5100 is obviously going to be a huge pain in the ass. Standing in the narrow tunnel that runs beside the Radkin building, a small shop selling everything from motherboards to resistors to vacuum tubes line both sides of the tunnel. Here lies the vestige of the old electric town, Akabe's conscious, so to speak. Casual Akuta, otaku, usually avoid stores like these. It's like a holy land that only true fanatics can enter. Not that I'm an expert on computer parts. Furthermore, these shops only sell parts, so it's usually kind of silly to be searching for a whole PC here. Still, something about the sight of all these electronics gets my blood pumping. I have to hide my excitement to maintain my dignity. If a storekeeper yells, "Hey kid, you're 10 years too young for this stuff," then I'll have no choice but to run. Fortunately, no one has yelled at me yet. In fact, the storekeepers seem to be ignoring me. They must be more open-minded than I thought, or maybe they just don't care. I search each store in turn, but I turn up neither hide nor hair of the IBN 5100. Draws a sharp look from the nearest storekeeper. "It's me, what's up?" Mayushi here. "I thought I told you not to contact me on this line. It could be tapped." "Huh?" "I'm telling you to not be so careless. Anyway, give me a sit rep." Green? Mayushi doesn't know what that means. "I'm asking you why you're calling me. Why didn't you just say that?" What are you doing?" "Executing the mission." "Executing the menace?" "The mission. I'm looking for an IBN 5100. Well, why didn't you say so? Mayushi heard something amazing just now. Want to hear? If it's valuable information, then by all means." "Well, then come to May Queen. I'll be waiting." "Hey, tell me over the phone. Hey, why do I have to go all the way to May Queen?" I complain, but it's less than a 10-minute walk. Whatever, I haven't had lunch, so I guess I'll eat while I'm there. There's a handwritten sign outside May Queen that says, "Today's the Ferris Cup, man." Well, I'm trying to figure out what that means. Green. Mary trots up to me in full maid regalia. She has a convenience store bag in hand. Mayushi went to the convenience store during lunch break. Mary takes out her pocket watch. Pockety, she checks the time. Now, there's only 5 minutes left. Mary squats next to the stairs. "Good work. So, what was that amazing thing you heard?" "Before that, food." She takes some fried chicken out of the convenience store bag as she speaks. The aroma of the chicken stirs my appetite. "Let me have it." Part-time warrior. Actually, it was love at first sight. LOL, JK, JK. Actually, I think that human beings need relationships, you know. It's a matter of life and death. I understand women are always attracted to evil over good. Is that the rule you live by? It sounds like things have been easy for you, part-time warrior. I'm gonna go with this one because it's not as asshole. It's not as asshole. Okay. Okay. Because she said okay. She skewers a piece of chicken on a toothpick and holds it out for me. Here you go. You can't do that in front of the store. You're supposed to be a maid. So, you're not Shinamori, you're Mayushi Nan Yan. You can't say in front of the store. Your customers are going to see that as an act of betrayal. Oh, Mayushi didn't think of that. With that said, I take the chicken off the toothpick by hand and throw it in my mouth. Delicious. Not as good as juicy chicken number 1, though. Well, what was that amazing thing you heard? Oh, right. Actually, it's about the IBN 5100. You found a lead? Of course. It was at May Queen. I can't believe I missed it. No, it's not that. That's silly. Damn. Don't get my hopes up like that. Miyushi has a triumphant look in her eye, on her face, but I don't see where this is going at all. Miyushi was thinking of the IBN 5100 during work, so I asked the other girls if they knew anything. First I asked Maki-chan, but Maki-chan said she's not good with computers. And then there's Lisa-chan, but she only knows about the latest PCs. She's actually a Mac head. Just get to the point. I don't really care how much trouble you went through. I think Ferris-chan knows. What? Is that true? Yep. Did you know she's a retro PC maniac? Ferris? That girl is seriously hardcore. I'd prefer to stay away from her if possible. But I'm really desperate for information. I take out my phone and put it to my ear. It's me. Looks like we've got a lead on the IBN 5100. You ready for this? It's Ferris Nan Yan. Turns out, Catgirl's an expert on retro PCs. There's probably another side to this. Let's keep our eyes peeled. I suppose I'm the only man for the job. Very well. I'll make the approach. If you don't hear from me by 2000 hours tonight, then forget about me and commence the strike on May Queen. Everything is a choice of Steins Gate. L signed Kangaroo. Sorry guys, forgot it was there. I put my phone away, grab another piece of chicken, and look up at May Queen's window. I didn't say you could have 2. Well done, Mary. I'll see that your information is put to good use. My chicken. By the way, what's this Ferris cup about? My chicken. Mary is stuffing the remaining chicken in her mouth as fast as she can. There are tears in her eyes. Come on, it was just 2. Well, whatever. I'm uneasy about the lack of intel, but the mission must go on. Wait here, Mary. If I don't return within the hour, go home immediately. Understood? I can't. I have to work. ... Anyway, let's leave Mary to her chicken and begin the approach. Okay, guys. That's gonna be the end of the episode. If you like what you saw, leave a like, subscribe, comment, share. It helps. Sell out. Yay. Sell out moments. But that being said, I'll see